We need to make them
Something little better.
He said he's gonna do that with
And then
us.
here it is, the sugar council hasn't even.
So,
And what I would like to see.
Like, sure.
Who have all these
Online,
different-
like just.
Yeah, it's bad. I had some reservations about, essentially, getting too much sponsored, some other people. It's not typically that you do.
Right.
Yeah, I think that was probably the smart play.
I'm tired. Is that in here?
You know.
Did they ask you?
And so.
No, I think
It's home.
Especially in, I remember one.
The funny one though was, what was the guy's name?
Aren't you, director of local government services? Is this a local government? Yeah, I was.
The one that was, conservation.
You know. 'cause-
Did you see that?
Oh,
he was. That's worth watching, man, if you can find it on YouTube, because he was really great.
We gotta get started.
He talked about all the wetlands integration and everything he done on so much of the property, and then he's got this little piece left, and we zoned it conservation. And he said, I could do anything, and now I can do nothing.
I can zoom
And I
in.
spent all this money. He says, I'm gonna donate. He says, I just don't wanna lose my shirt. You know, I mean, it's just something that would work out.
We don't have a man
We're
camera
here
in the
for
middle
something.
going straight.
And they gave him MX3.
Yeah.
He was in here earlier, yeah.
It was here earlier?
Yeah.
Why are you way back there? You give him a song?
Jaden, you want a message?
Yeah.
Or-
Yeah.
Can you go?
Baseball sign.
There you go.
Mine's not gonna work,
Access.
except for just.
Around here.
Worked in,
Mine's not gonna work, it only works on these doors, these exterior doors.
Yeah, yeah. Stop.
Wait, button on.
Where do you need to go?
He's here.
Push the top.
Find the mayor.
Go find the mayor. I'm gonna ask.
I can do anything downstairs. I just can't get up.
I think he's upstairs.
No.
Yeah, I
You
can't,
wanna try this?
I'm gonna ask Todd. He's
I
right here.
can't get there, can't get there from here.
Mine can only work down
The
here.
fire chief don't trust me that much. Oh, yeah, yeah, with the blue tar. That house.
Oh, hey,
Yeah,
got
there we go. It- When I first was even thinking about this position, I was thinking about code enforcement and cleaning the city and, you know, all that. And that place was love, and then I kind of heard some of the backstory, I said, well, I guess I better let that one play out.
You want to sit up there, Mayor, just kind of run through it?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't understand why there was any objection over that.
Hiding out.
Yeah, finally, thank God. You know,
Test, test.
somebody's gonna do
All
something
good?
with the
Good.
property.
All right.
He said that we're gonna be an eyesore. And what he wanted to get Stewart Construction. Oh, really? Yeah, that wanted that property, and what they were gonna do with it. Yeah, it was gonna look like a house.
All right, we'll give a
Well, I'm excited.
couple more minutes for folks to take their seat. And bear with us, we'll get started in a minute.
Wait, you might have to finish this story later. I think he's trying to start.
Yeah, you ready? All right, let's get started. All right, guys, so we're here tonight for the City of St. George's fiscal year 2027 budget workshop. And so yeah, just a quick overview of what we're gonna talk about and why we're here tonight. workshop aims to just get the public involved in the process early. We're still really early in the process. Oh, we're frozen.
Sorry.
You're good. Yeah, and just encourage participation in the budget. We want to hear your feedback. There we go. We want to hear your feedback while still complying with legal and financial constraints, of course. So just working in those guardrails. But we want to encourage public participation and get your feedback. So the next slide, this just goes over at a high level of our major revenue and expenditure sources. So the big one for the city is sales tax. We're projecting 51 million in sales tax, 3.4 in occupational license, and 1.6 in permits. So that's not a complete list of revenues, but just our top three. Our top three expenditures: public works, administration, public safety. So you'll notice kind of a gap there of 57 million in revenues and 47.7 in expenditures. We'll go over that gap in a little bit when we talk about capital projects. The next few slides, we'll just go over some high-level performance metrics. You may recognize most of these metrics. Sheep Morris, Landon, and Scott reports on these items pretty frequently, but we just wanted to summarize these as we talk about the budget. So first, public safety. This is our partners with on-scene services. So just to kind of put it in that visual format, the majority of the calls we get are crashes, neighborhood patrols, traffic incidents, and along with some other metrics. Public safety, homeless initiative. There's some statistics there. Our 41 homeless encampments cleaned with Keep Tigertown beautiful, great efforts, and very appreciative of their partnership. Public works summary. This is just, again, high level metrics here. This isn't all the statistics, but this is just some key performance metrics here on public works. Landon goes over this almost every month. Next slide is administrative and development summary. Again, this just gives you a good snapshot of occupational license, permit revenue, planning and zoning cases, code enforcement cases abated, just all the administrative and development services. And this isn't an exhaustive list. Engineering, all of that goes into it. And the next slide, just high-level overview of capital projects. Right now, we're looking at about 8.7 million in streets and drainage improvements. 8 million of that is primarily that gap from the 57 million to the 47 million. We also have some local match for grants to leverage grant funding, as well as a Piku interchange beautification project. So we're really looking forward to that. And next, we just want to kind of go over our budget calendar here. So if we skip down to the third one, that's where we're at right here with the public budget workshop. The next big marks there, we will, over the next few weeks, we'll fully flesh out and develop the budget and have a budget introduction on May 26th, looking to adopt that on June 9th. And next several slides just kind of goes over the Local Government Budget Act. We have a flyer in the back that if you want more details on the Local Government Budget Act and what the city does to comply with that, all of that information is on the flyer in the back. This just kind of breaks down what you can expect to see in the budget, required columns versus best practice. We always aim for best practice here at the city. So you can expect that left column, but just wanted to show the required columns as well, that we're still maintaining compliance with the Local Government Budget Act while making improvements on that. And the next slide, just one of the key requirements is to arrive at a structurally balanced budget. Just making sure revenues over expenditures plus fund balance, that we're not overspending there. So just high level living within your means. Next slide is just going over how we go about throughout the fiscal year. We monitor revenue and expenditures monthly. We report to the council monthly budget to actuals in the general fund and semi-annual for the special revenue funds. The city doesn't have any proprietary funds at this point, but you'll see those monthly budget to actual report at the second council meeting of each month. And then next slide just kind of goes over the whole budget and audit cycle. Starting in February, this is a year-long process. From February, we start budget planning, forecasting, getting internal department feedback. In May, we look to introduce the budget at the second meeting in May and look to adopt the budget in the first meeting in June, and that's all to meet the Local Government Budget Act. June, all throughout the fiscal year, July through June, we're doing those monthly budget to actuals reporting to council. August is typically when our independent financial audit begins, and we typically wrap up by somewhere around end of November, early December, as the audit is due to the Louisiana Legislative Auditor by December 31, 6 months after our fiscal year ends. And then what happens next? From here, we'll continue to develop the budget from this point until we introduce it. You can expect a budget notice to go out in the official journal, which is the Advocate. So keep an eye out for that. That's upcoming, and then we'll have a public hearing and budget adoption. And that's pretty much it. And if you guys have any questions, feel free.
Yeah, thank you, Brandon. I just wanted to publicly thank Brandon and the rest of the finance team here in the city of St. George, as well as our chief of police and council members as well that have been working diligently on this process over the last several months. This is the beginning of the public process. Was to have a budget workshop laying out some of the highline items included in the budget, revenues, expenses, and then the things that we're spending our money on. So as Brandon mentioned earlier, the majority of our money is going exactly where our residents want it to go. It's going into our streets, it's going into our drainage, it's going into public safety. And that's always been a commitment from us that when we became a city and prioritized local tax dollars, we're going to prioritize them in the way in which our public asks us to prioritize them, and that's exactly what they have done. So thank you. Once again, this is the beginning of the public process. There'll be more opportunities for you to have input and ask questions. As always, our door is always open. If you have any questions or concerns about the budget process, or once the actual budget itself becomes posted, I believe this will get posted on our website. So if you can go back and review that as well. And then once the actual budget gets posted, we're always open to suggestions and input from the public. So I appreciate what they've done, and I look forward to adopting our budget in June for 26-27. So thank you.